Hey, how you doing? Another quick tutorial. This time we're going to talk about a little bit about the Obsidian Portal tool, a brief run through of some of the basics on what's on the Obsidian Portal, and then we'll do other little tutorials on how to do other parts of it as we go. So real quick, we'll start here at the dashboard. So to get into Obsidian Portal, I should start there. Go into obsidianportal.com, get a free account, sign up. You'll have a account name. You can go post that in the Discord channel, the chat channel for Diamondhead, and post your name and say, somebody please add me to the campaign in Obsidian Portal. And you can do this also if you're already a member and somebody posts that. You can go down here into settings and go to players, and it says invite new players. You can either type in their email address or their Obsidian Portal name, hit invite, and they will be sent an invite. So easy as that. Once you're in, you will come to the main campaign page. Now there are two campaign pages. We have the test campaign that we started prior to January 1st, and you can get access to that too, where you can just go in and mess around and try things. But at this point, you should just be able to go right into the main campaign, which would be sort of the red background here. So the dashboard will just show you things that are happening right now, the forum updates, any kind of adventures, adventure log stuff. Calendar events are sort of listed over here. Like as you can see here, we have a meeting tomorrow and 7 people are going, and it'll tell you who and all that stuff. Secrets. We won't get into any of that right now. The front page is just an overview that you go to. It tells you a little bit about what we're doing and the adventures, the campaign in general. The forum, this is going to be more where you come and start talking about your adventures and things that are happening after you do in the Discord channel with the other players, and you get things put together. You can move it over to the forum once you decide that you actually are going to have an adventure, and post out here for a DM that might be interested in doing this. As you can see here in this particular case, we have a DM that is going to be running the seller campaign for us. So we sort of put the names of the people and talk about getting ready to set up a date. So that forum, of course, can be used for anything that we need to talk about over here in the adventures. The calendar is where you would come to set up the different adventures with the DM and your other party members. So we'll get into that later in another tutorial on how to set those up. The adventure log is where we are going to be posting all of the adventures that we go on. So once you've been on an adventure, you can come in and add your stories and what happened from your character's perspective or whoever's perspective of what happened, and add these stories in. So that'll work out great, because later on when we put things on the map, they can be linked back to these different adventures. So if somebody goes to the map and clicks on one of the locations on the map, it will link back in and you can read what's happened at those locations. Media library is where you can post things for different adventures, anything to do with what the DM might need to use to share. Of course, there's lots of other tools that can do that. So if you need to put some things in for storage of some space, I think there's 10 gig available. Of course, if you're not using it anymore, just go in and delete it. The wiki. Now, there's a lot here on the wiki, and you can just go in and look at it to sort of walk through. But the main things you would want to note here is the overall guidelines, which are what we collectively talk about when we go to meetings, how we want to do things in this campaign, what rule or guidelines are we following. So if you look through here, you can see, like, here's how we're handling leveling, here's how we're handling creating a character, what we do or what we're trying to do with multi-session adventures. And these will continue to change and grow as we continue to do this. So we'll post out meetings when we're going to get together. Anybody is welcome to attend, bring their thoughts, and we sort of just come up with this as a living document that will all sort of grow together as we play the campaign. Characters, everybody should put their player characters in Obsidian Portal. Lots of reasons. Number one, it is a good place to store all that, but also you can link to your characters. So if a DM decides he wants to run a campaign or run on an adventure for you guys, and he will be able to, you'll say what characters you're going to take, and he can go in there and look at those characters, read their backstories, get some inspiration about how your character, what kind of things that his characters are looking for, and be able to hopefully come up with an adventure that will give everybody a little bit of something for their characters and that. So having your characters here, and you can have multiple characters, of course, is something you need to do, and we'll go over another video on how to do all that. Maps. So there is a map here that we did put together that is the current world as we know it. So as you can see, there's Diamondhead and the old lumber mill and the portal entrance. And as we expand and grow, this map will grow, and everyone can go and add things to this map. And there'll be another tutorial on how you can do that too. And like I said, you can take those locations and link them to characters and adventures and other things. Then the settings, you can walk through this, but the basic links, how to different characters, how you can invite characters. So I don't want to go into each one of those things. I just wanted to give you a brief overview of what Obsidian Portal does, and there's a lot more to what it does than just what I've went over. But feel free to jump in there and start looking at it and get your characters in there and start talking on the forums. Of course, the main campaigns run over on the Discord channel in character to get everything going. But after that, we'll store all of our adventure and information here. So that should cover everything I need to talk about right now, and we'll follow up with other tutorials in the future. Thanks.